Hi, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. And it's time for a weekly track roundup. My thoughts on a bunch of songs that have come out over the past week or so, whether I loved them or hated them or felt somewhere in between. They're all linked down below so you could check them out for yourself. That's how we do it. That's what we do here on the weekly track roundup. Oh, yeah. Also linked down below, of course, is our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from it. If you go over there and buy some vinyl, some turntable stuff, some whatever, it supports the channel and all that. Also, Patreon page if you want to get some extra bonus monthly content while supporting us in the process. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Patreon. Heck yeah. All right. And in our YouTube Shorts page. Follow there today as well. You're the best. Okay, well, worst tracks of the week. We have a couple of those. What are they? Bam. First one over here, a new one from Usher, Summer Walker, and 21 Savage. I feel like there's really a lack of chemistry on this track overall, and if anything, as much as I, respect Usher's contributions to mainstream R&B and pop back in the day, I feel like this track kind of just illustrates just how, I guess out of date his sound and his style are at this point, and how much R&B has evolved into something completely and utterly new and different than, like what he brought to the fold so many decades ago. And he's just kind of sticking out like a sore thumb, sounding out of place on this track, and it's just not coming together all that well as a result of it. So good. Yeah. And also this new one from Bebe Rexha and David Guetta. It's just one gigantic 2000s era dance pop headache. I just can't even stand to listen to this thing. It's just a big no for me. All right, let's move on to the tracks that I was meant on. Did not love them, but you might like them more than me. Still want to give them a shout out. They are as follows. New one from Wilco over here. If you like, your alt folk rock, your alt country, this new cut right here from their forthcoming record, Evicted, you will most likely vibe with. It's not really standing out to me, not feeling too bold or too attention grabbing, but hey, it's fine for what it is, I suppose. We have a new one from Stormzy as well, who just continues on this narrative feedback loop of I'm successful, I'm doing well, look at how successful I am, I'm successful, without much in the way of any sort of analysis or depth or dissection or commentary or anything. I guess I just kind of miss an era where his songs just kind of felt like they were more about something, but Angel in the Marble is the title of the track. The allusion to kind of chiseling something great out of something that was, obviously a block or, a whatever before, I think it's, a cool analogy. It's a cool metaphor, to use for the song and kind of the place he's progressed to in general. But outside of that, there's not a whole lot to the track that does much for me. We also have a new one from Jorja Smith, who, I've been digging a lot of her stuff as of late. Go, Go, Go is the name of this new cut. But this new song over here, I'm just kind of on the fence with. I feel like it's okay. It feels like a very kind of guitar-driven track from the last SZA record, and not in the best way, in a sort of derivative way with maybe a slight acoustic pop punk angle to it that I'm not totally crazy about. Moving on. All right, we have a couple of new ones from the Hives, 2 tracks at once, actually. And what's weird is that I feel like these are the weakest singles and songs that we've heard from this new album cycle so far. Trapdoor Solution is a really short one that didn't have a whole lot of substance to it. And then the kind of chanty party choruses on The Bomb, which is the other single, felt kind of like a novelty to me. Again, 2 of the least interesting songs that I've heard so far from this album cycle. I hope the deeper cuts beyond this, when the record does eventually drop, are more interesting than this for sure. All right, we have a new one from Peter Gabriel as well, absolute legend. Over here, this new track that he's got, Olive Tree, Bright Side Mix. It has a bit of a tedious set of verses attached to it, but the big, beautiful, as the mix says, bright, hits of synthesizers on the chorus are great, are wonderful, something like straight out of the 80s for Peter, and are really enjoying that at the very least, even if I'm not head over heels for the tune itself. All right, moving on from there, we have a new one from post-rock outfit Explosions in the Sky. 10 Billion People is the title of the track, and is the title of the band's forthcoming record. And yeah, it's very dramatic, a little bit of instrumental rock. I think the chords and, overall progression of it all really lacking in nuance, a little too basic, but still, if you're looking for something that is, I suppose kind of emotional, dramatic, cinematic in that vein, in that ballpark, check this one out for sure. We have a new one from Hot Chip over here, a brand new cut featuring yuné Pinku. Fire of Mercy is the name of it. It's a moody little dance pop and electro pop cut. It's not too bad, though definitely does not go as hard groove-wise or hook-wise as many previous singles from the band. We have a new one over here from By Storm, formerly known as Injury Reserve. If you guys are at all familiar with this formerly jazz rap experimental hip-hop duo, they are, newly formed under this new name. They used to be a trio. Obviously, R.I.P. Grog's key member of that trio passed on, and who is left is Richie and also Parker. And yeah, basically vocals, production, coming together on this brand new track, 6 minutes or so. And yeah, it's a mind bender. It's jittery. It's very odd. It's very left field. In that sense, it's totally in line with the direction that they were going in on their last full-length LP. Am I in love with it myself? Not necessarily, but the double trio is the name of the cut, and it certainly sees them trying something new, continuing to push boundaries. And I think as long as they continue to do that and put out new music, what they're going to be doing is going to be interesting and worth checking out regardless. And we have a new one from Ashley McBryde over here. It's a track about, seedy, cool little local bars and the vibes there. Not the greatest country cut I've heard instrumentally or anything like that, but it's got its heart in the right place as far as like the topic and the lyrics go. Again, cool little bars is the title of this one. All right, moving on to the best tracks of the week. We have a handful of those. Let's do it. New one from Denzel Curry. Ice Cold Zell Freestyle featuring Ice Cold Bishop is the title of this one. And yeah, it's a very short little freestyle cut with just crazy, insane, rapid fire flows between Denzel and Ice Cold Bishop. Great, chaotic, amazing energy on this cut, even if it's not that long. Check it out. We have a new one over here from Lil Yachty that I wanted to shout out. It's kind of like a double single thing, but the track that I wanted to point you guys out to is a solo Steppin Crete Boy. And this one's got, kind of your standard modern hip-hop instrumental backing on the beat side, but then it has some of those kind of beautiful, rich analog synth sounds that felt like they could have been lifted from Yachty's last full-length album, the one, obviously, where he goes in kind of a psych pop direction. And yeah, there's a lot of personal lyrics on this cut as well, liking it a lot more than the other one that he dropped, Slide, in tandem with this, which I thought was, kind of your average psych trap, warbly vocals, mellow croon kind of cut. But this one just felt like it dug a little bit deeper emotionally. All right, moving on from there, we have another taste of the upcoming Spelling album with the Mystery School, where we're getting a lot of older tracks that are kind of like, revised, revamped, reimagined. The title of this track over here is Hard to Please. And, it's a cool, lush little reinvention. We have a new one from Open Mike Eagle with Still Rift, Video Dave, and Eshu Tune, or rather Hannibal Burris, who's in the mix on this one as well. It's got a great beat, cool posse cut energy, left field weirdo rap for the people. WFLD 32 is the name of it. Give it a shot. It's cool. Also produced by Kenny Siegel. Hell yeah. All right, moving on from there, we have a brand new one over here from Jaboukie. Not me, though. Love this track. Really cool left field hip hop cut. Great vocals, great beat, great flows, creative and odd music video to boot. Check it all out. It's very fun, very creative. A few more recommendations for you. This one over here, Grand Mahogany, Thundercurls. I'm getting almost like, neo soul, Tame Impala kind of pop, but also, weird throwback, I guess like, hypnagogic rock vibes and pop vibes coming off this thing. It's a real mix of a bunch of different things. And what's funny is that not even a lot of people are listening to this dude. This dude has so few listeners right now, and he's making some hot, creative shit. Again, Thundercurls is the name of the track. Give it a listen. Give it a shot. This dude's really doing something, and I feel like, should have way more listeners on this track than he currently has. So again, if you have not heard of this dude before, that's a sign for you to check him out. If you have, and you already know that you do or do not like it, go about your day, I guess. But if you've not heard of this dude before, check this shit out, please. All right, a couple more over here. New one from Doja Cat over here, Paint the Town Red. I like the track. I think it's a fun track. I do have some reservations about everything kind of surrounding the track, but, just as a chill pop rap cut goes, with a whimsical little beat and strong melodic lines on the chorus, I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. I respect it. I actually think it's better than Attention, frankly. All right. Also liked this new one from Chai, bringing together some, Far East rock and pop music with some punk and noise pop and dance music from over here. It's crazy. It's chaotic. It's fun. It's got a lot of personality. And of course, how can you deny a track titled Neo KAWAII K? So, this one's a bop. This one's cool. Check it out. One more I want to shout out in this video before we head out. That would be this new one over here from Armand Hammer, Trauma Mike, with Pink Siifu. Billy and Elucid are still sounding amazing on this track. The beat is chaotic and noisy and absolutely unhinged. And looking forward to another Armand Hammer album cycle. It's really awesome that these dudes stay busy, stay prolific, stay creative, and continue to deliver some of the grimiest rap to come out of New York right now. Again, Trauma Mike is the name of that track, and that's pretty much everything that I want to recommend to you guys right now in the weekly track roundup. Thank you for watching. Mwah. Over here next to my head is another video you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, weekly tracks forever.